Fox News alert, 9 people were just indicted in South Texas for alleged vote harvesting. Here's one of them. Meet Manuel Medina. He's a Democrat, of course. Manuel is accused of providing compensation in exchange for vote harvesting services on behalf of former Texas Democrat House candidate Cecilia Castellano. Multiple defendants are accused of providing vote harvesting service for Cecilia in exchange for money paid through cash apps. These 9 are on the top of another 6 indicted back in May by Ken Paxton for alleged vote harvesting that apparently never happened.
Did we just witness the biggest election fraud takedown in Texas history? You'll notice that the legacy media has been rather silent on this bombshell, but while they do their best to cover it up, we're now learning that 15 Democrats, and not just any Democrats, we're talking judges, mayors, former party chairs, have all been indicted in a massive vote harvesting scheme that'll make your blood absolutely boil. But here's the kicker that'll leave you speechless. One of these criminals actually got paid in Dr. Peppers and cigarettes. You literally cannot make this stuff up. Butter the popcorn, gang. You're going to love this. Hey, gang, it's me, Dr. Steve, your patron professor, here to help you make sense of all the madness as the political left desperately tries to stop the unstoppable rise of a new conservative age. So if you want a front row seat on how you are changing the world in ways you never even imagined, make sure to smack that bell and subscribe button. For months, as you know, the fake news media has been telling us voter fraud doesn't exist. It's all just a conspiracy theory. It's the big lie, as they repeatedly lectured us over the years. But in Frio County, Texas, Attorney General Ken Paxton just obliterated that lie with the most devastating election fraud bust we have ever seen. This isn't some small-time operation. This is a systematic, coordinated attack on American democracy that goes straight to the heart of the Democratic Party machine. Check it out.
15 people, including a former Texas House candidate and other officials, have been charged in a state-led vote harvesting investigation. It's our top story this evening. According to KSAT, 7 suspects turned themselves into the Frio County Jail yesterday. They include Juan Manuel Medina, the former Bexar County Democratic Party chair and former San Antonio mayoral candidate, Petra Divina Trevino, the former mayor of Pearsall, Mary Ann Obregon, the former mayor of Dilley, among others. Also charged, former Texas House candidate Cecilia Castellano. They are all accused of vote harvesting to varying degrees. Castellano's attorney says the charges against his client are politically motivated and connected to her campaign for the Texas House last year. She ran for the District 80 seat, which stretched from southwest of San Antonio down to parts of Webb County, including Laredo. The investigation is being headed up by the Office of the Texas Attorney General Ken Paxton, who Castellano claims is politically harassing her.
Now, I want you to think about this. While the Democrats were screaming about protecting democracy from Trump the autocrat all these years, while the legacy media was amplifying those screeches, claiming it was the Democrats who were the true guardians of our democratic institutions, that same Democrat Party was literally buying votes. The hypocrisy is beyond staggering. And as you just saw there, this wasn't some back alley operation. This vote harvesting scheme involved top Texas Democrat operatives. We're talking a former county Democratic Party chair and former San Antonio mayoral candidate. We're talking a failed Democratic candidate for Texas House District 80, 2 former mayors, a freaking judge, a Frio County judge. And that, if you can believe it, is just the beginning. But first, there's something else the world's elites are trying to hide from you. While corrupt federal elites have been quietly building wealth through cryptocurrency, they've made it so that hardworking American patriots have been left behind, intentionally so, squeezed out of the crypto revolution. But there's an amazing solution to that. I want to tell you about Block Trust IRA. They're bringing access to cryptocurrency wealth to real Americans. So you all know I'm a huge fan of crypto. It's supercharging President Trump's America First economic miracle. Well, now you can be a part of it. So I partnered with Block Trust IRA because their mission perfectly aligns with President Trump's Make America Great Again agenda, smashing down the barriers between loyal patriots and the financial freedom they deserve. Their Animus AI trading platform works 24/7, analyzing market data and executing advanced crypto strategies that are beyond simply the buy and hold strategy, helping true American patriots build impressive wealth in Trump's historic economic boom. There's a reason their system was named the #1 crypto technology platform by Bitcoin Magazine from over 1,500 global competitors. So whether you're a teacher, a truck driver, small business owner, or retiree watching inflation eat away your 401k, Block Trust IRA's advanced Animus AI gives red-blooded Americans the same advantages as those coastal elites. Right now, their clients are seeing over 250% returns on their investments. You heard that right, 250% returns. And with military-grade security, investments are protected by up to $200 million in insurance. So what are you waiting for? Visit TurleyTalksCrypto.com and find out how they can help you join the Trump Crusade financial revolution that's finally giving forgotten Americans access to the greatest crypto wealth opportunity in history. For a limited time, they're offering my viewers up to $2,500 in bonus crypto when you open up an account with them. It's amazing. Do not wait on this. Crypto created 80,000 new millionaires last year. Why aren't you the next one? Visit TurleyTalksCrypto.com. That's TurleyTalksCrypto.com, making retirement great again. So the list of indictments just goes on and on and on. I mean, we're talking former city council members, election administrators, school board trustees. This corruption network has tentacles literally everywhere. And here's where the story gets absolutely insane. According to investigators, one of the accused, a woman by the name of Maria de Claremanvela, was literally paid in Dr. Pepper's, cigarettes, and gas money to harvest votes for a school board candidate. Let that sink in. Democrats were so desperate to rig elections that they were bribing people with soda and cigarettes. While other conspirators were getting $1,500 to $3,000 for their criminal services, someone was out there risking a felony conviction for a 12-pack of Dr. Pepper. This is your modern-day Democrat Party. This is the Democrat Party's ground game, and it's just beyond pathetic. Now, at the center of this entire criminal enterprise was a woman by the name of Cheryl Denise Castillo, a professional vote harvester who had been running this scheme for years. She targeted elderly residents at senior complexes. She filled out their ballots and then told them how to vote. She was so embedded in the system that people thought that she was actually working for the elections department. So she seems to have been more or less the ringmaster in all this, but unfortunately she died in October 2024, months before the full scope of the criminal network was exposed. When Attorney General Ken Paxton, soon to be the next senator from Texas, he's going to crush that rhino neocon John Cornyn in the primaries. But when he launched his investigation, the response from Democrats, of course, was very predictable. They all screamed, voter intimidation, racism, right? What's left of the leftist organizations in Texas all claimed that these were politically motivated attacks designed to suppress Latino votes. But here's what they don't want you to know. The ultimate irony in all of this is that this investigation actually started with a 2022 complaint from a woman named Mary Moore, who was a Democrat. She was a Democratic candidate who lost to Rochelle Camacho and discovered the fraud behind that loss. So it's very similar to what happened in a Democrat primary in Bridgeport, Connecticut, when Democrats, when they get beaten by these very voter fraud tactics that they normally reserve for Republicans, They're the ones who end up sounding the alarm. So even Democrats can't ignore the overwhelming evidence of corruption within their own party. Needless to say, the evidence against these accused is frankly overwhelming. Investigators recovered text messages, phone records, financial transactions proving the conspiracy. And of course, while this story should be front page news nationwide, at the very least for its rank hypocrisy, with Democrats being the party that billed itself as a defender of democracy, the legacy media, true to form, has barely covered it. Why? Well, because it destroys their narrative that voter fraud doesn't exist. It's the big lie. It's all a conspiracy theory. Instead of investigating this massive, very real criminal conspiracy, the legacy media is currently obsessing over Jeffrey Epstein and his supposed ties to Trump. Good luck with that. CNN, by the way, at one point even tried to paint the accused as the victims, giving them airtime to complain about how awful it was to be investigated for their crimes. The same media that celebrated dawn raids on Trump allies suddenly thinks law enforcement is too aggressive when it targets Democrats. This Texas takedown proves what conservatives have known all along. Democrats will do anything to stay in power, including exploiting elderly voters and buying votes with junk food. If they're this brazen in a red state like Texas, can you imagine what they're doing in blue states where nobody's watching? The fact that 15 people were willing to risk felony charges for vote harvesting shows this is not isolated incident. It's systematic fraud. And with each conviction carrying up to 10 years in prison and $10,000 fines, these criminals are about to learn the hard way that cheating does indeed have consequences in the new golden age. Ken Paxton didn't just catch a few bad actors. He exposed an entire criminal network that was stealing elections from the American people. While Democrats scream about voter suppression, they are the ones actually suppressing legitimate votes by diluting them with fraudulent ballots. But the message today, frankly, could not be more clear. You cheat, particularly in Texas elections, you're going to prison. And with investigations like this happening all across the country, the Democrats' days of rigging elections are indeed numbered. We're in it, gang. A historic shift is unfolding all around us. The fall of globalism, the rise of a new conservative age, and I explain exactly what's happening and why in my most important book yet, America Awaken. This book gives you the full picture, how we got here, what it means, and what you need to know to be on the right side of history. Do not wait. Go to americaawaken.us and order your copy today. The next chapter has already begun.